Hello YouTubers, this is your friendly neighborhood Theophage.
Howdy folks. This video, like my last video, is going to be fairly politically motivated. So if that sort of thing turns you off, hey, just a fair warning now. I consider myself a liberal, a progressive, registered as a Democrat. I'm not that crazy about the Democrats, but they're the closest thing we have in the political system that we have to what I believe in. And I'm not here to convince you that my ideas are right. But I want to talk about one particular subject that bugs me. And it bugs me because it is so obviously wrong. And yet the people on the other side of the aisle just don't seem to get it. And so I thought I would say something about it. And this idea is tax breaks for the rich and for the corporations. Now, tax breaks for corporations, in theory, what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to make it cheaper for the corporations to do business, and this encourages them to do more business, to grow and create jobs, to help the economy. Basically, by giving stuff to the top, it trickles down and you help the bottom. That's actually what they called it during the Reagan years. They called it trickle-down economics, also known as Reaganomics or voodoo economics, also known as supply-side economics, because that's where the excess money is going to. It's going to the supply side of the equation rather than the demand side of the equation. You give the tax breaks to the corporations. Now here's my reasoning. I'm not an economist. I'm not an expert in these matters. Follow along with me and see if you can spot where either I'm just absolutely crazy or whether what I'm saying really makes sense. Businesses expand because they believe they can make more profit doing so. The demand, however, has to be there for them to expand. I mean, a given business isn't going to open up 10,000 outlets and expect to make money. They have to have the demand there to justify opening 10,000 outlets. If you're giving tax breaks to a corporation, in the short term you're giving them more money which they can use to invest to expand. But that only helps businesses who want to expand. The demand is there for them to expand, but they're struggling to come up with the money. For larger corporations, they can expand all they want to. It's not a question of them having money to expand and create jobs. Generally, they don't do it because the demand isn't there and it isn't profitable for them. Giving them tax breaks isn't going to make the demand appear. It isn't going to make it worth it to them to expand. But if you take that same money in tax breaks and you give it to the other side, the poor people, the regular people, tax cuts or rebate increases for the poor people. What do poor people do with money? They spend it. That's what we do when we get our tax returns. We take the money, poof, it's gone. We spend it. Now, when we spend money, where does it go? It goes to businesses. So the businesses are still getting the money. It just goes, instead of from the top down, it goes from the bottom up. But also, by giving us more money to spend, that allows us to buy more things. It increases demand because before we had more money, we still wanted more things, but we just didn't have the money for it. But now we have more money, we're going to spend more money. That's an increase in demand. An increase in demand is what causes a business to want to expand and create more jobs. So, the Republicans, the conservatives, those people on that side, they're all for the tax breaks for the corporations and for the rich. They say that will stimulate the economy, that will get the jobs, that will get everything going. The problem is, it doesn't. What really helps people is helping people. That creates demand, which fuels business growth, not the other way around. It seems obvious to me. I want to know what you think.
Please feel free to rate this video, add it to your favorites, or just post a comment. I don't like trying to get into substantial discussions in the comment section, however, so if that's what you're looking for, please send me a message through YouTube's private message system or email me at theophage@geocities.com. I'm also on Skype as Theophage1968. Yes, I'm that old. This is your friendly neighborhood Theophage reminding you, don't just swallow it whole. Make sure you chew it up first.